excellent example of its explosive power. Let's take it from there. Now, how may we utilize this tremendous force as a source of industrial power?
Although a discussion leader must keep his men on the beam, he must always let them do the talking. That's point number 4. He's not a lecturer or a teacher, but a moderator, the referee of the group discussion. Finally, we have point number 5. Before closing the discussion, summarize the important points that were brought up.
Well, let's see what we've got. Power. Atomic energy will eventually be the universal source of power. Billings told us that. Medicine. Radioactive isotopes have already proved their worth in medical research. Davis told us that. War. Riley and Johnson both battled to a draw on the effective use of the atom bomb.
Restate the areas of agreement and disagreement, using the names of the men. They like to be given credit for expressing their points of view. They'll feel they've really participated in a discussion, not just listened to a lecture. Our other informal discussion method goes even further in arranging for individual participation. It is called the committee or small group method, in which the whole class is divided into small discussion groups, each with its own chairman. There's one starting right now that I wanted to look in on. Come along and see for yourself.
When the atomic age was born, atomic power puts the question squarely to mankind.
Movie looks familiar to me.
Yes, it's Armed Forces Screen Report 86, called Atomic Energy. In starting his information hour, the discussion leader follows the same 2 steps as in the conference method. First, reading related news items, and second, presenting the facts of the topic. Sergeant Cummings has used a movie to assist in putting the basic facts across. We must never assume that the men are sufficiently informed on a topic to start discussing it without some kind of orientation. A good movie dealing directly with the subject is a fine aid in any discussion.
Well, man, the picture tells the story, and very vividly, too. Are there any questions on the facts brought out in this picture? Okay, today we're going to use the committee method to discuss various aspects of atomic energy. Now listen carefully. On the floor under your chairs, you'll find a number. There are several groups of chairs with the same number. Now, all those with the same number form their own group. The man with a circle around his number will be the chairman of his group or committee. Now, rearrange the chairs in a circle facing one another and sit down. I'm going to give each group a question to discuss. All group chairmen, hold up your hands. Now, you'll have 10 minutes to discuss the question, and then we'll have a report from the committee chairman. I realize that 10 minutes isn't enough time to discuss the question fully, but it's enough for every man to express his opinion. Each chairman will note the point of view of his committee members. In 10 minutes, I'll ask every chairman to express the majority and minority opinion of his committee. Now, 10 minutes isn't much time, but do the best you can. All right, men? Don't waste time.
Well, men, you heard the sergeant. Now, I'll read the question while you guys put on your thinking caps. Every man gets a chance to talk up, and I'll throw in my 2 cents worth last. Okay? Well, here's the question. Are the possible benefits of atomic energy sufficient to warrant the risk of war destruction? What do you think, Landis?
We've been getting along a good long time without atomic energy. Coal and oil is good enough for me.
What's your opinion of it?
Okay, Muncie, take it away.
Now, on this question, should the United States use the atomic bomb first in case of war? Now, let's look at the chemical composition of this bomb.
Hold on, Muncie. We haven't got time for lectures.
You've got 1 more minute, man.
So, since we're still way ahead of any other nation in atomic know-how, I don't think we should relax our security measures.
Well, thanks for your opinion, Lieutenant. All right, who's next?
Time's up, men. Hold it, everybody. Time's up. Let's have your attention. We'll hear from the committee in numerical order. I will read the question. The chairman will rise, face the audience, introduce himself by name, rank, and home state, give the majority view, the minority view, and any dissenting opinion. Okay, committee number 1. Your question is, do you believe atomic energy will someday be a suitable substitute for coal and petroleum in our industry? Give reasons for your answer. Mr. Chairman.
Sergeant Pennell of Ohio speaking. The majority opinion of this committee is atomic energy should be controlled by a non-political organization and be used only for
Yes, I can
power,
see why the committee method is very helpful to an inexperienced discussion leader.
whether or not
Self-sustaining,
atomic power will replace
yet
coal
gets
and
complete
oil
participation from the entire audience.
It's particularly helpful for a man who wouldn't have the courage to stand up and speak his mind before a large group.
If we think only in terms of bombs, my committee feels that the use of atomic energy for power will be slowed up considerably.
But what I like best about the committee method is the fact that the soldier's talking directly to men like himself. No one's told him he has to believe anything.
That's right. And yet, when he finds his opinions contradicted by his fellows, he's compelled to re-examine his ideas closely.
And at the same time, he'll learn that his ideas aren't the last word on the subject. And to convince his buddies, he'll have to do so by sound arguments.
That's right. All in all, it's a fine exercise in practicing democracy through open discussion. And never was earnest discussion more important than it is today. We learned in school, but tend to forget how important were freedom of discussion and independence of thought in the creation of this country, and how often we've gone to war to protect these rights from tyrants who would have taken them from us. How important it is, then, that the men who may be called on to defend that right again may know the meaning of and enjoy the benefits of free discussion. The techniques of information hour discussion may vary, but the results are always the same. As long as the right is preserved to exchange opinions without fear of thought control, the road to world peace is still open.